there are few content or masterpieces which should not be recreated or should not have a sequel. They should be left untouched or just should be left there with no changes. If you keep on tingling with it, you get to create movie like Joker 2.
Exactly. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Seriously, man. I was half asleep, but I was thinking that when I'm going to go there and watch the movie, I'll be fine.
Mm.
I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is something interesting because I remember few days back when we talked about Joker one and when I watched Joker, I
Yeah.
was like, shit, man, the dynamics of the movie.
Mm.
The intensity of the movie increases from starting to end.
Mm.
It doesn't stop and doesn't fall. But here we go.
Yeah.
Talk about the second part.
Uh, I mean, like, if the viewers who watched the first part, what we discussed it or we revisited that movie, you might have seen that we did like some crazy analysis. We did some crazy talk for the part one. I believed the director vision, Todd Phillips. Uh, I knew that guy had some crazy vision because when we saw trailers, teasers, the photos, the official stills from the movie, whatever content came out online from director's page, I was excited because I could see that it's more better than previous. It looked like better version of previous movie, but and when the first trailer dropped, I was kind of disappointed because uh, it was a musical film. Not every film, not every musical film is good, and here we could see. And I don't know like why Joker had this musical theme. When I was watching this movie, except the musical part, except random scenes where Arthur Fleck and these guys were singing. You know what? Like audience behind me in the theater, they were like, okay, shit, here again, here again. They were like, I like when these scenes come and like in cinematography part, this movie stands out very brilliantly because wherever the dream sequence starts, the lighting from the back, the blue lighting, the stage design, everything was
But
great.
that is not the whole movie, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when we talked about La La Land, and the cinematography of La La Land was awesome. But the story was also awesome, and it was also a musical movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the stage design, the set piece, the cinematography part, the sound part was uh, crazy. They nailed it. But the thing is, Joker, Arthur Fleck is the guy who I don't want to see him like laughing around or doing like what do you say, romantic shit. I want to see him doing action, doing some crazy dark thing because that's how the character was built from part one. And here he's between the girl, he's loving him in the jail, he's doing some adult stuff, and he's trying to escape, and just with a one visit he just fell in love with that Lady Gaga's character. And somewhere I feel that the characterization of Arthur Fleck was kind of not going in the flow. It kind of went up, kind of went down,
Losing its power,
losing
it
its
was,
power.
it felt like at the end of the first part, we could see the last sequence of the first part. We could see like
Yeah,
what kind of demon he has become,
yeah, yeah.
and he has actually became Joker,
Yes, yes.
right? And even when I was watching trailer, I was, my mindset was like, because I knew what kind of character Harley Quinn was. So I
Mm.
was like, now there was this one guy, now there are two.
Yeah,
So the destruction would be much more than that. And and the minimum expectations after watching the movie, what I was expecting, like, They should have made a cult inside a movie, and they should have started destroying the city. That's it.
हाँ.
That's all they needed to do.
Yeah,
They you remember at the end of the movie when the court session was going on and the blast happens,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
You know,
You know,
I'll add one more thing that reminded me of the first movie itself. Like everything went here and there, here and there. At the end, they take him in the van, in the police van, and
uh,
the same thing happened in the end. I don't know.
but you know, when the blast happens, I was like, really? That's all they have left to do when they don't have the story to proceed. But I was like, okay, I guess there was this one guy comes and he tells him to get inside the car. I
Yes,
was like,
yes.
shit, now I guess we are going
Yeah,
on the
I
rhythm.
was excited
You
for
know,
that part. Yes.
yeah, because I guess these people are going to show him that you made us to make a cult. Now
Hmm.
we are part of a group, and you are going to lead it. And
Yeah.
then he just left. He went to Lee, and Lee just dissed him. And then police came along. I was like, wait, what is going on here? I
Yeah.
was like, where is the Joker that we wanted to see? That is the thing that you established, and
Hmm.
that's all they had to do, from the beginning only. What they did at the end, they should have put it in the beginning, and then they could have shown that, the guys who took him in the car, even these guys were talking about, like, now the city is going on fire.
Hmm.
All these things, when these guys were saying, I was like, I guess now Arthur is going to lead all that.
Hmm.
I was not thinking about direction. I was not thinking about cinematography of the movie, because my expectations were more from the character. That is why I watched the first part,
Yes, yes.
right? And I find the visuals that were in the first part were much more greater, because I was not liking the sequence of musical sequences in the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even though how good the cinematography is, but I was not liking it. The guy who was just sitting next, just some seats apart, and he was just lying down on the seat. And at the interval part, one guy was talking to a girl like, I don't like musical movie much. And
You know,
I was like, okay,
exactly the same scene happened in my theater, because you remember when he goes to meet Lee on the stairs, he holds his hand in Lee's mouth that stop singing, stop singing. You know, crazy party in my theater, everyone's clapping. Yes, yes, we need to stop. Even we need that you guys don't sing now. Everyone shouted.
bro, it was. And I was thinking that I was getting late for the show, so I ran. And when I went there, nobody was in theater. And then
Yeah.
the ad started, and then the movie started. I was very excited when I saw that animation movie in the beginning. I was
Hmm.
like, shit, how they
Ah,
are
yes, 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 yes.
actually establishing the Joker's character from the beginning like this. It is crazy, showing the bloodbath in animation. It is
Hmm.
much more crazier,
Yes,
you
yes,
know
yes.
because it's a cartoon stuff, and you still make it so dark, so that way. But I was like, okay, one music sequence, second, third, they just kept on coming, bro, and I was so frustrated.
Yeah. You
It
know,
was not
after
worth it.
this movie, I can see YouTube videos where they will release, like anyone in the YouTube, they're gonna release this whole movie without musical part, because I'm waiting when this movie comes on OTT or out on DVD on thing. I'm personally gonna edit the musical sequence out. Then I'm gonna place the without musical part and see how and I'm gonna rewatch this movie again.
Those parts were interesting, but whenever I'm getting interested in the movie, then the musical part comes along, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
See,
what is going
the
on?
most worst part is like Arthur is getting serious. Arthur is talking some deep shit to Lee. He's telling that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and suddenly we see that dark light, and he's singing song. I am like I'm getting interested, I'm losing it. I'm getting interested, I'm losing it.
And this getting interested part only came along because we watched the first part.
Yes,
If
yes.
somebody would have watched this part only, imagine if somebody would have watched for the first time, like they are watching the second Joker 2, they
Huh.
would be like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on
Yeah,
here? Why this guy kept on? And it was so embarrassing, the character we were looking up to singing like this.
yeah.
And then everybody's taking advantage of him. Like there is no
Huh.
establishment of this character, right? Even Lee
Yeah.
was uh, lying to him, right,
Huh.
about the reality, and then the guards, they were beating the shit out of him, and only one day after one day he changed himself. He said like there is no Joker exist. I was like, what kind of Joker is he?
Yeah. This whole movie was Joker itself. Like they made the whole movie as a clown.
Yeah, not Joker but clown.
Yeah. I
Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't know. Like what do I say? Even in the courtroom sequence. Okay, I'll highlight one more thing. In this whole movie, I didn't think that Lady Gaga's character should be in this movie. She just came, she did nothing. I mean, like, she didn't add value except the breaking Arthur Fleck's heart. Apart from that,
And his virginity.
huh, apart from that, I don't think that her character was needed in this movie. Because if you remember in the first part, Arthur Fleck was only the main character in the whole movie, and alone he was handling the whole movie, very legendary stuff. But in this, apart from being on the screen, even Arthur Fleck looked very weak in this movie. It felt like he had no powers left. But but as an audience, as a fan, I was like, do something, do something, do something. I paid for this movie, do something. But I don't know, man. Lady Gaga character also, I didn't felt the presence of her.
you know, she was playing Harley Quinn. When even in the trailer, when we saw that Harley Quinn is going inside the court,
Huh.
in trailer, it was so interesting to watch
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
I thought maybe both Joker and Harley Quinn are taking a front in the court, and right,
Mm-hmm.
something is happening and all, and they are changing the city in a different way.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they both are leading the people, just like Arthur did in the first part.
Yes, yes.
After he killed those three guys, then he did what? Then he then everybody changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody starting wearing mask, clown mask.
Mm-hmm.
And here, they should have kept it very simple. When they have established how dark Joker was, they could have shown, some criminal stuff, just like they did in Dark Knight. You remember
Huh.
in Dark Knight, from the beginning only, they showed that Joker is criminal and he played with mind.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have portrayed something like that as in Joker 2, with
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn beside Joker. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
First part you established how Arthur became Joker, and then what Joker could have done.
Mm-hmm.
You could have shown more criminal stuff. You could have shown, just like they showed Harley Dent.
Yeah.
Harley Dent is the Two-Face. He's a villain in DC Comics.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing Harley Dent. They could have shown other stuff like some uh, gangster stuff where Joker is dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Joker is dealing with all the gangster in Gotham, just like he did in Dark Knight,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
He took away everybody's money. The movie came in 2008, but still, when we watch it, we see like how big of a criminal Joker was.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. But in second part, what is happening? Why am I watching this movie? It is making no sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It is making no sense.
I was just forcefully watching the
Even
movie.
even in one of the Instagram handles, it was a news Instagram handle. They said like Joker is a movie for no one. CNN, yeah, CNN said,
Ah,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Joker is a movie for no one. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes no sense.
Actually, when this movie came out, the director of this movie, I think he tweeted out or he gave out interview somewhere. I'm not sure where he said this, but he had told this. I am. fucking done with DC universe. He
He said
he
it.
said it.
Todd
Yes,
Phillips.
yes, yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna check. Is it like in Twitter or like somewhere? I read it out that he quoted this. I'm done with fucking DC universe. Something there you can understand. Okay, now I understood.
I guess we all are.
Yeah, I mean, like I still have hopes on DC for the main timeline. I'm kind of okay for this.
Now I'm worried about Batman. I don't. They should not do any bullshit with Batman too.
See, if they do any bullshit with Batman, they gonna face lot of trouble with the fans because obviously, like Batman is like the crazy character, and you can't mess with. I don't know.
You
They
know,
should have not messed with Joker also, but I don't know, man. Like now watching after the second movie, the the first movie will not have weightage. That will lose its credibility because of this second movie. So, guys, you observed a small cut. This is because of power cut. So, let's get back into topic.
yeah. So as I was saying, at the end of the movie, as Arthur died, right? He was lying down there, and there was this guy behind. He cut his throat as well. So
No, no,
at
no,
that
no, no,
part,
no, no, no. The guy behind him, he didn't cut the
no,
throat.
he did.
He cut his cheeks.
Oh, he cut his
Yeah.
cheeks.
So there's a theory that this is connected to the Heath Ledger's story. So I
No,
will.
no, no. But Heath Ledger's story, he tells in the movie that his stepfather did
No, no.
that to
I'm
him.
saying like I've read theories online that they are showcasing Heath Ledger's story from here. That Heath Ledger was a psychopath and he kind of managed to do this, and he's passing on the Joker thing because in this movie they've showed Joker is not an personality but as an a way of living. So even Arthur Fleck was not a Joker. He was just uh, living the way uh, he was embodying the Joker character. So, so that's where like this theories come in because but obviously this is taking place in 1800. Yeah,
Not 1800,
I mean the
18,
81. So
19.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but at that particular time, when he was talking, he was thinking about that he is going to have a kid, right?
Mhm.
When Lee said that she is pregnant, I was like, what they are going to make his son the
Mhm.
Joker, right? In future, I was like, that would be ridiculous to put up front.
Yeah.
And if Arthur Fleck is not Joker, but he just lost it.
Yeah.
Arthur Fleck just lost it. He was not able to hold it and kept on being in his fantasies. That should have been the reality. They could have done that. Lee and Joker, they both are like robbing the places or like robbing the shows, and they are performing, right? Imagine like there is a show going on, and they just
Mhm.
like uh, hijacked that place with the people who follow Joker, right? And they
Yeah.
perform.
You know what exactly this is what I wanted from Joker Part 2. But this things never happened there.
It would have been so great, all the
Yeah.
musical sequences they could have put there
Yeah.
as they are happening in reality, and then they are killing people, and whatever is happening, and Gotham police is not able to take care of it,
Yeah.
right? And at the end, they could have done some other things,
Yeah. See,
but
I have a crazy idea that imagine Joker and Lee, they come into some street or they rob a bank. They start killing everyone in slow motion, and there in the background they play the song. That would be so cool. Like that would be musical film, like proper musical film.
and they both should have danced on that street in their attire.
The stairs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'll tell you about the stairs thing. So if you watch
Mm.
the Joker Part 2 trailer, there is a
Yeah, yeah.
shot, there is a
Yeah,
shot
exactly,
where they were
exactly.
dancing.
But
But I have
hmm,
no idea why they removed it from the film.
yeah,
Because I was waiting for the scene, like where they'll come on the stairs and dance.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if to be honest, like, did you observe any weird cuts in the movie where movie pacing is not going in one direction? It's like there's a weird cuts in between. So I think they removed the parts where Lady Gaga's character was there because I remember like there were so many Lady Gaga shots, but if you watch the film, you'll observe that Lady Gaga shots are very less and they are weirdly placed in the movie. That's what I felt. And one
Well,
more, and if you notice one more thing, Arthur Fleck's body was changing scene to scene because I think they shot it between so many months, so many years. Because if you remember, like the first sequence in the jail sequence where they introduce that he's in the jail, you see his body, you see his attire, and compared to fast forward to 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the movie, he changes. He changes his way of if his way of looking, the way of
yeah, he's
yeah,
more stiff in the beginning,
yeah,
but like he was more slim
ha
in
ha
the
ha
entire.
ha,
Yeah, in the beginning he was like a little bit
yeah,
not that
yeah.
slim, but comparatively he
So
was.
there, I could see that consistency is not there.
But that is just a minor thing to
Huh,
consider comparatively what they have done with the story and
yeah,
what they have done with the character.
yeah.
It just it is just so disappointing. Like, what are you trying to establish here? Like he's not the Joker, and then at
Mm,
least they should have shown that somebody else is taken care of,
mm,
right? Although, okay, they place that shot where the person is
mm. Cutting his
cutting
teeth.
his mouth, right? But what's the point in that? I guess it's
Maybe
even if
maybe they did the shot because they wanted to make a part three of this. So
they should not.
because if you remember in the part one, they showed that Batman's scenes, the child Batman, where some Joker kills his parents. They showed it first time during the car crash, and later in the movie, just before the ending of the movie, they showed once more shot where the child is seeing through the camera. So I thought in part two, this guy is gonna take revenge from Arthur Fleck, but now he's not seeing what's going on, and now they've established a new thing that a guy psychopath in the jail, he has cut his throat. Potentially, he might become Joker in future because Arthur Fleck is dead now.
Then
Uh,
what's the point of Joaquin Phoenix doing this character? Then what's the point if you gonna make somebody else the Joker?
I don't know. Maybe they'll just come up with some excuse that this was his imagination. He didn't die. I don't know. Like anything can happen in this movie. They're just then at the end they'll say Joker one was also not real. It's all in imagination. You guys in theater just imagine anything, just create story and come.
Yeah. Well, dude, I guess I'm over it. I don't want to stretch it. There could have been many things that can happen.
Hmm.
Obviously, in this particular scenario, we see in the first part like how Arthur Fleck was mentally ill and how the environment, the society pushed him to become a psychopath as a
Hmm.
Joker, right?
Yeah.
But in the second part, if they would have added those criminal stuff that we
Hmm.
were
Hmm.
expecting, right? With the musical part of it, that would also be a challenge for Joaquin Phoenix to perform
Yes, yes.
because there is a breaking of the character. You have to place yourself in a different situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are not just a murderer because the murders that he did, he was frustrated about the people,
Mm-hmm.
right? He used to think that the people are wrong. They think that we are low. That's why he killed those people,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it would have been a challenge to think as a criminal, right? Means robbing a bank,
Mm-hmm.
right? Harming people that are not even doing anything.
Yes,
That
yes.
is a different, you know, Arthur Fleck killed those people because those people are actually bothering him. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't kill anybody without any reason.
Yes, yes.
You see, although it is not a right thing to do, but he had a reason to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he did it just without any reason. Oh, I have a different personality. It's not like that. And and at the end of the and he should not have given up on Joker. That is what he did at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the movie. You know, so that criminal stuff, if they would have added, they would have shown, just like I said before, right? That they would have explored more Gotham. We were just most of the movie was happening in Arkham Asylum.
Yes, yes. And
Yes,
courtroom scenes.
yeah, courtroom scenes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, courtroom scenes and Arkham Asylum. That were the two places where most of the things were happening. They could have explored a lot of things, man. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
things they could have shown some penguin character there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other. You know, they need not to have the same guy to perform
No,
to
no, no.
penguin, but
No, no, no. Penguin is not in this universe.
no, it's not about the universe, man. They ducked the whole movie, so
Okay, okay.
okay, so it's not about the universe anymore. And what's the point not having something useful in your universe? I
Ah,
just don't get it. They could have added some other character. I'm not saying just the universe can also have a penguin that is also taking care of the bullshit that is happening around the city,
mm-hmm.
or some other Riddler character, or like Poison Ivy and stuff. They could
Mm-hmm.
have done a lot of things, my man, but they just ducked the whole movie in the head. Why?
Yeah. The yeah the yeah man they could have done so many things, or this movie can be saved by one thing that they could have introduced a Batman, uh, DC Elseworlds
Let's
Batman.
let's not kill Batman. I guess they kept their shit to the Joker part,
Hmm.
right? That was good because I guess if introducing Batman in this movie, they will be tucking the Batman in the head too, you know.
Uh,
So
but
let's
yeah,
not.
now because of this movie, Joaquin Phoenix, uh, kind of his reputation has gone down because of a low rating for the movie, and kind of the fans have not like the fans of Joaquin Phoenix is not they're not happy with the performance, and not performance, the movie performance.
The movie
Yeah,
performance is
yeah,
fine. It's not about performance.
yeah,
It's more about the story, how they led it, and
yeah.
how he lost the character.
So maybe there's one thing that Joaquin Phoenix gets a good story for a Joker 3 if they make it, or he should come up with some great movie so that his image comes back. I would not say his image has gone down, but due to the wrong decisions taken by the production team, the director, I don't want the actor to look like that, because even I've been rooting for Joaquin Phoenix because even I was fan of his work.
Well, whatever, man. There were so much expectations after watching the first part again, and it
Yeah,
was a
but
very big
but
disappointment.
but I would prefer watching part one itself now. I would not watch part two again.
Yeah. There is no point of watching part two. There
Yeah,
is literally no point of watching part two.
yeah.
You can just end your journey at part one, where you can see how a guy changes and how the last shot where he was just going in the lobby, everything is white in the first part.
Mm-hmm.
That actually established the point that now Arthur Fleck has became Joker. Now there is
Yes,
no
yes.
turning back.
Yeah. There we could, for there the movie could have ended. Obviously, the movie ended there. So there, as an audience, we could see that, okay, now it's up to audience to imagine that what he's gonna do or just the end of the story. Now when I think that Joker 1 would have just been single movie, we would be fine, happy. We were excited for the part 2 as well, but after seeing this, I think that part 1 was fine for the conclusion of the Joker, Arthur Fleck story. That's what I feel.
I guess Zack Snyder should take call on this.
Zack Snyder, I don't think he'll fit in this vision because
You know why he will fit in this? Not in this vision. He has to make a new one to push this character to new limits, to change
hmm,
Arthur Fleck into a criminal mindset. Right now, he
okay.
is acting like a mentally ill person.
Hmm,
But when you go out there, you commit crimes, you hurt people without any reasons. That has to have a vision,
hmm,
and a different vision, not a vision like that. You know, this Joker journey is more about what Fleck used to think in his mind,
hmm.
and Phillips actually nailed it in the first part. That
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
he nailed it in the first part. Even in the second part, we could see that yeah, it is more about the head games, mind games, right? Although the story is not good, but it was established even in the second part that Arthur Fleck has so much going on in his mind
Hmm,
that thing has to be broken in the second part.
yeah.
And for that, you need a different vision. I don't say the director had a bad vision. It's just you need a different thing here.
Execution was not up to the mark.
You know, not even at the execution part, bro. It is all about the story. We
Yeah,
didn't want this.
yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
didn't want this. People wanted more than this.
Actually, I'll tell you one more reason that why this part 2 was made, because part 1 was made in $100 million, and surprisingly it collected $1 billion. So there might be reason that studio wanted to make part 2 just for cash flow, cash grab opportunity. They thought this character, this IP could get them cash. So because of that reason, they could have tried for part 2. So there we could see that production value went high, but story wise it went down, because now you have given the product, now you, as a director, you created this character, I mean, like, you made this movie and gave $1 billion to the company. So company, like production house, would not mind to give you extra budget. So that's the reason this movie Joker Part 2 was made more than $200 million. They doubled the amount because they knew that more production value equals more collection. But this movie, I don't think it's gonna survive for one more week. It's gonna go down because initially, first day when I watched it, after watching, I came back, I saw it had like 59% Rotten Tomato ratings, and out of 10, it got around 4 ratings. So there I understood.
IMDb also 5.4 has
Yeah,
given.
I think now it's increased, but initially when I watched it for the first time, it was around 3 4. So there I kind of saw it. Okay, this is a cash grab opportunity. This is not necessary. So just made for the money sake.
But game over.
Psych! This is the wrong number.
Shit, man. I guess we should wrap this up because there is
Yeah,
no
yeah,
point of extending,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So yeah,
Right.
I would just say, like, whoever watches, who's trying to watch or planning to watch Joker, I would just say stick with the part 1, and if you're really impressed with the part 1, then you try to watch part 2, because I was the same guy who was really impressed for the part 1, because uh, performance and the newness of the character. But I would not recommend to watch part two until unless you have something to watch. But yeah, part one is legendary. Goat.
Yes. Yes, guys, I guess just don't go for the second part. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
just
yeah.
say just don't go for it.
Or
Watch
else,
the first part.
or else you can go for second part, but only if you're convinced enough, or if you want to just try something else. We would not say that you don't watch it, because then they'll be like, why are these people are not leaving to watch? It's up to you. You figure it out. But in our opinion, we didn't like it. So it's up to you. You guys decide. But I would say
I
you
just don't
watch
want our
part
audience
one.
to be disappointed, you know. They come here and if we are not even telling them the right thing,
No, no, no,
so
no. I told this because our audience is gonna watch part two. They're gonna not like it. They're gonna rant in our comment section. Engagement will increase. Equals views will
I guess
increase.
we should not reveal this part here. Okay. I guess we should just cut it out. Okay, guys, we had a good talk. I guess we will be seeing you in another episode.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just have fun.
Bye.
Like and subscribe, guys. Comment. Bye bye.
Yes, and bye.